In the heart of Beijing, beneath the grandeur of military might and national pride, a silent storm brews. A storm that could shake the very foundations of China's future. Recent intelligence whispers of a startling truth. A series of high-ranking generals, once the trusted guardians of the People's Liberation Army, have vanished into thin air. What dark secrets lie behind these disappearances? And more importantly, why does Xi Jinping, China's most formidable leader since Mao, seem to distrust his own military elite? Today, we peel back the layers of deception and power to reveal a narrative so compelling, it might just redefine your understanding of China's political landscape. We delve into the heart of Xi's regime, an enigma wrapped in the red cloth of communism, where loyalty is currency and trust is a luxury few can afford. From the purges reminiscent of Mao's era to the shadowy whispers of coup and corruption, we explore how Xi's grip on power is more tenuous than it appears. How does a leader navigate the treacherous waters of politics when he cannot trust his own generals? What does this mean for the future of China and the world at large? Prepare to embark on a journey through the corridors of power, intrigue, and betrayal. Join us on the GeoLand channel as we uncover the truth behind the matter, the hidden conflict between Xi Jinping and his army. Behind the throne, Xi Jinping and the saga of the PLA. Before we dive into the heart of our inquiry, let's set the stage with some crucial background information. Understanding the players and the stage is key to grasping the full magnitude of our story. Xi Jinping, a name that resonates with immense power and authority. As the General Secretary of the Communist Party of China, the President of the People's Republic of China, and the Chairman of the Central Military Commission, Xi stands as one of the most powerful figures in the world. But who is the man behind the titles? Born in 1953 to a revolutionary veteran of the Communist Party, Xi rose through the ranks, showcasing a blend of political acumen and an unyielding grip on power. His reign has been marked by a relentless crackdown on corruption, a push for Chinese dominance on the world stage, and an increasingly authoritarian rule. The People's Liberation Army, the PLA, is not just any military force. It's an emblem of China's strength, a guardian of its sovereignty, and a crucial player in its political theater. Founded in 1927 during the Nanjing Uprising, the PLA has evolved from a guerrilla force into one of the world's most formidable military powers. But the PLA is more than just soldiers and weapons. It's deeply intertwined with China's political structure, acting as a pillar of support for the Communist Party. Its loyalty to the party is paramount, often placed above the state itself. Xi's ascent to China's zenith wasn't just a political journey, it was a calculated maneuver through the intricate web of Chinese politics. A significant part of this journey was his relationship with the PLA. From his early days as the son of a revolutionary hero to his positions of increasing responsibility, Xi has always maintained a close and complex relationship with the military. His leadership has seen increased military spending, modernization efforts, and a push for the PLA to achieve world-class status. Yet beneath this veneer of mutual progress, there lies a current of mistrust and power struggles. As we stand on the brink of our exploration into Xi's mistrust of his military, it's essential to understand the stakes involved. The relationship between a leader and his armed forces is a delicate dance of power, loyalty, and ambition. In China, where the military is an extension of the party and the party is an extension of Xi, any ripple of distrust can have far-reaching consequences. It's within this complex, high-stakes environment that our story unfolds. Vanished Generals, Unraveling China's Military Mystery. As we peel back the layers of China's political and military facade, recent events have cast a long shadow of doubt over the seemingly unbreakable bond between Xi Jinping and the People's Liberation Army. Let's explore these incidents that have sent ripples through the corridors of power in Beijing. In an unprecedented series of events, several high-ranking generals and officials within the PLA have mysteriously disappeared. Among them, the Minister of Defense and key leaders responsible for China's ballistic missile arsenal. These are not just any officers, they are the elite, the trusted, the core of China's military might. Their sudden absence raises a multitude of questions. Were they purged? If so, why? What does this mean for the stability and loyalty of the PLA? These disappearances are reminiscent of purges, a tool historically used by Chinese leaders to consolidate power and eliminate threats. But in Xi's China, where he has worked tirelessly to portray an image of unity and strength, these purges send a conflicting message. They suggest a crack in the facade, a hint of paranoia, or perhaps a deeper, more systemic issue within the ranks of the military. The significance of these events cannot be overstated. They may very well indicate a seismic shift in the power dynamics of China's leadership. The world has watched with bated breath as these events unfolded. International analysts and governments speculate on the implications. Is there a power struggle within the Communist Party? Could this lead to instability or a shift in China's foreign policy? The global implications are vast, affecting everything from international trade to geopolitical alliances. As the speculations grow, so does the uncertainty surrounding China's future trajectory. Beyond the political theater, these events strike at the heart of the PLA's morale and loyalty. The military's unwavering loyalty to the party and its leader is a cornerstone of China's governance. But what happens when that loyalty is questioned? When the very leaders who are supposed to embody the PLA's strength and honor suddenly vanish? The impact on the rank and file, the commanders, and the strategic direction of the PLA is profound and potentially destabilizing. Iron grip or slipping power, Xi's tenuous hold on the PLA. In the intricate dance of power that defines China's political landscape, Xi Jinping's relationship with the People's Liberation Army is a critical element. But just how does Xi exert control over this massive and powerful entity? And what are the signs that this control might be slipping? To understand the present, we must first look to the past. Xi Jinping's ascent to China's pinnacle of power was not just a political victory. It was a strategic positioning within the military's ranks. As the son of a revolutionary veteran, Xi's ties to the military run deep. Upon becoming the chairman of the Central Military Commission, he became the supreme military leader of China, a position that traditionally bestows vast influence and authority over the PLA. Xi's approach to maintaining control over the military has been multifaceted, from sweeping anti-corruption campaigns that have conveniently removed potential rivals to a significant reshuffling of the military hierarchy. Xi has left his mark. He has promoted loyalists, modernized the military with ambitious reforms, and positioned the PLA on the world stage as a modern fighting force. But these strategies are not just about power, they're about loyalty. Xi's control is as much about ensuring the military's unwavering allegiance to him as it is about maintaining its operational effectiveness. Despite these efforts, recent events suggest that Xi's grip on the military might not be as ironclad as it appears. The mysterious disappearances of high-ranking officials, the whispers of discontent within the ranks, and the purges that seem more reactionary than strategic. All these point to potential cracks in Xi's control. Are these signs of a deeper undercurrent of mistrust between Xi and the military? Could there be factions within the PLA that are less than satisfied with Xi's leadership? The balance of power between Xi and the PLA is more than just a domestic issue. It has international implications. A military that is not fully aligned with its leader's vision, or one that harbors internal factions, can lead to unpredictable outcomes, especially in times of crisis. For China, a country with growing global ambitions and increasing military presence, the stakes could not be higher. The world watches closely as the story of Xi's control, or lack thereof, over the military continues to unfold. A double-edged sword, the perilous independence of China's military. In the shadow of Xi Jinping's apparent omnipotence lies a force with its own code, culture, and perhaps most critically, a degree of autonomy. The People's Liberation Army, a behemoth in the world of military organizations, operates with a level of independence that is both a strength and a potential source of tension. Let's delve into the nature of this autonomy and what it means for the balance of power in China. The PLA's autonomy is not a recent phenomenon. It's deeply rooted in the history of the Communist Party of China. Born from the crucible of revolution, the PLA has always had a unique and complex relationship with the party. Historically, it has enjoyed a certain level of independence in its operations and decision-making, a legacy of its days as a revolutionary force where military leaders wielded significant power and influence. Understanding the PLA's autonomy requires an understanding of its dual role. It serves not only as the national military but also as an armed wing of the Communist Party. This dual role creates a unique dynamic where the PLA pledges allegiance to the party, yet maintains its own internal hierarchy and culture. The balance between these roles is delicate and constantly evolving, influenced by the broader political currents and the personalities at the helm. Xi Jinping's efforts to consolidate power have extended into the military realm, but the PLA's autonomy presents a formidable challenge. While Xi has implemented reforms and purges aimed at ensuring loyalty and modernizing the force, the inherent independence of the PLA means that its complete subservience cannot be taken for granted. The recent mysterious disappearances and shifts within the military hierarchy underscore the tension between Xi's desire for control and the PLA's traditional autonomy. The autonomy of the PLA has far-reaching implications. Domestically, it affects the power dynamics within the Chinese leadership and the stability of Xi's rule. Internationally, it influences China's military posture and decision-making on the world stage. A PLA that operates with a degree of independence may act in ways that reflect its own interests and culture, which may not always align with the civilian leadership's objectives. This autonomy, while a source of strength, also introduces an element of unpredictability in China's strategic calculations. Purges of power. Xi's strategy and the shaken pillars of the PLA. In a bid to solidify his grip on power and ensure unwavering loyalty, Xi Jinping has embarked on a series of purges within the People's Liberation Army. These purges are not just about removing potential threats. They are a dramatic reshaping of China's military and political fabric. Let's explore the nature of these purges and the profound implications they carry. Xi Jinping's purges have been sweeping and often ruthless, targeting high-ranking officials and generals within the PLA. These are not random acts, but calculated moves designed to remove those perceived as disloyal or corrupt. The purges have extended beyond the military, affecting various sectors of the party and government, but their impact on the PLA is particularly significant, given the military's role in national security and political stability. The purges have led to a dramatic turnover in military leadership, with a new generation of officers rising to replace those removed. This has not only changed the faces at the top, but also the internal dynamics and culture of the PLA. As loyalists to Xi fill the ranks, the question arises: how will this shift affect the military's strategic thinking, operational readiness, and its relationship with the civilian leadership? For Xi Jinping, the purges are a double-edged sword. On one hand, they reinforce his image as a strong leader determined to root out corruption and disloyalty. On the other, they reveal a sense of paranoia and insecurity, suggesting that his control is not as absolute as it appears. The purges send a clear message to all within the party and military. Loyalty to Xi is paramount, but they also sow fear and uncertainty, which can be destabilizing in the long run. The implications of the purges extend far beyond the military. They are a reflection of the broader political climate under Xi's rule, a climate marked by an increasing centralization of power and diminishing tolerance for dissent. The purges have significant implications for China's governance, its policies, and its international relations. As Xi molds the military and the party in his image, the world watches to see how this will affect China's trajectory as a rising global power. Leader on a tightrope. Xi Jinping's perilous quest for absolute power. As we've unraveled the layers of Xi Jinping's relationship with the PLA, we've encountered a leader facing a profound dilemma. On one side lies the imperative to maintain absolute control and authority, and on the other, the need to foster loyalty and stability within the ranks. Let's delve into the heart of Xi's dilemma and what it means for the future of China. Xi Jinping's quest for control is fraught with paradoxes. The more he tightens his grip, the more he may inadvertently sow seeds of distrust and fear. For a military to be effective, it requires not just obedience but trust and morale. Xi's purges and the atmosphere of suspicion they create could undermine the very loyalty and effectiveness he seeks to ensure. How does a leader strike the balance between asserting authority and cultivating genuine allegiance? With each move to consolidate his power, Xi risks overreaching. The centralization of power and the targeting of high-ranking military officials could lead to resentment and factions within the PLA. This internal discontent poses a risk not just to Xi's leadership, but to the stability and unity of China itself. The question then arises: is Xi's strategy sustainable in the long run, or is he setting the stage for potential upheaval? Xi's dilemma is not just a domestic issue, it has international dimensions. The world is watching closely as China's leader navigates these treacherous waters. How Xi handles the PLA and maintains his power will influence China's foreign policy, its international relations, and its position as a global superpower. The decisions made within the walls of Zhongnanhai have repercussions that ripple across borders, affecting geopolitical dynamics and global stability. As we contemplate Xi's dilemma, we also look to the future. The choices Xi makes in dealing with the PLA will shape not just his legacy, but the trajectory of China for years to come. Will he find a path that strengthens his rule while ensuring the loyalty and effectiveness of the military? Or will the tensions and contradictions lead to unforeseen challenges and crises? The fate of China's leadership, its military, and its role on the world stage hangs in the balance. Beyond the surface, expert insights on Xi's military maneuvers. As we've journeyed through the intricate landscape of Xi Jinping's relationship with the PLA, we've uncovered layers of complexity and contradiction. Now it's time to analyze what this all means for Xi, the PLA, and China's future. We'll draw on expert opinions, historical parallels, and forward-looking scenarios to provide a comprehensive understanding of the situation. We've consulted a panel of political scientists, military experts, and China analysts to get their perspectives on Xi's dilemma. They shed light on the historical context of Xi's actions, the cultural nuances of the PLA, and the potential psychological underpinnings of his leadership style. These experts highlight the unprecedented nature of Xi's purges and the potential risks and rewards of his strategy. Their insights offer a multifaceted view of the situation, one that goes beyond the surface to understand the deeper currents at play. To put Xi's situation in context, let's look at historical and contemporary parallels. How have other leaders, both within China and in other nations, dealt with similar challenges? We examine cases where leaders have sought to consolidate power over their militaries and the outcomes of those endeavors. This comparative analysis helps us understand the potential paths Xi's China might take and the lessons that can be learned from others' successes and failures. Looking ahead, what are the possible futures for Xi, the PLA, and China? We explore several scenarios, ranging from continued consolidation of power and successful modernization of the military to internal strife and challenges to Xi's authority. Each scenario is examined for its likelihood and potential impact on domestic and international affairs. This forward-looking analysis helps us understand not just where we are, but where we might be heading. Finally, we consider the broader implications of our analysis. What does this mean for China's governance, its people, and its role on the global stage? How might it affect international relations, economic policies, and global security? This part of the analysis connects the dots between Xi's relationship with the PLA and the larger narrative of China's rise as a superpower and its interactions with the rest of the world. Ripples across the globe: how Xi's military moves shape the world. As we near the conclusion of our exploration into Xi Jinping's complex relationship with the PLA, it's crucial to understand the broader implications of this dynamic. The ripples of Xi's actions extend far beyond the military and political spheres, touching every aspect of Chinese society and reaching out to the global stage. Let's delve into the potential consequences of Xi's strategy and what it means for China and the world. Inside China, the implications of Xi's maneuvers are profound. The purges and the atmosphere of suspicion they create could have a chilling effect on political discourse and governance. As Xi centralizes power and the PLA's loyalty is put to the test, the potential for internal conflict and power struggles increases. This could lead to a period of instability and uncertainty, affecting everything from economic policy to social cohesion. How China navigates these internal dynamics will be critical for its future. On the international stage, Xi's relationship with the PLA and his broader leadership style are closely scrutinized. A China perceived as aggressive or unpredictable could alter its relationships with neighbors and global powers. The way Xi handles the PLA will influence China's foreign policy, its approach to territorial disputes, and its role in international organizations. The world is watching to see if China will be a status quo power or a disruptive force in the global order. The implications of Xi's actions extend into the complex web of global geopolitics. As the leader of one of the world's most powerful nations, Xi's strategies and the stability of his rule have ramifications for global security, trade, and diplomacy. The international community must consider the potential for shifts in China's military posture, its economic policies, and its alliances. The balance of power, especially in the Asia-Pacific region, could be reshaped based on the outcomes of Xi's internal and external maneuvers. As we contemplate these implications, the path forward remains uncertain. Will Xi's consolidation of power lead to a more stable and prosperous China, or will it sow the seeds of future discord? How the situation unfolds will depend on a myriad of factors, including the reactions of the Chinese people, the PLA, and the international community. The decisions made today will shape not only China's future, but also the future of international relations and global stability. The crossroads of power, reflecting on Xi's quest and China's future. As we conclude our deep dive into the complex and often shadowy relationship between Xi Jinping and the People's Liberation Army, we reflect on the journey we've taken. We've explored the recent purges, the historical context of Xi's rise to power, the delicate balance of military autonomy, and the profound implications for China and the world. Now it's time to wrap up our exploration and consider the role of channels like GeoLand in bringing these critical insights to light. Throughout this video, we've unraveled the layers of power, loyalty, and strategy that define Xi's leadership and the PLA's role in China's future. We've seen how the actions of one leader can have far-reaching implications, affecting millions of lives and the global geopolitical landscape. It's a narrative that reminds us of the importance of staying informed and critically examining the forces that shape our world. In our quest for understanding and truth, channels like GeoLand play a pivotal role. GeoLand is dedicated to providing exclusive content that delves into the heart of complex issues. With a focus on uncovering the truth and sharing it with the world, GeoLand operates anonymously, ensuring that the message, not the messenger, remains the focus. This commitment to anonymity allows for an unfiltered exploration of sensitive topics, free from external pressures or biases. Every view, share, and subscription helps channels like GeoLand grow and improve. Your support enables us to continue our mission of shedding light on the truth and providing in-depth analyses of critical issues. By engaging with our content, sharing it with others, and providing your feedback, you're not just a viewer. You're a partner in our journey to inform and enlighten. As we close this chapter, we invite you to reflect on the implications of Xi Jinping's relationship with the PLA and what it means for the future. Consider the role you play in the global quest for knowledge and truth. Share this video to spread awareness. Subscribe to GeoLand for more exclusive content, and join us as we continue to explore the most pressing issues of our time. Together, we can make a difference.